So all of a sudden, Manchester United are in for a new midfield target out of the blue. Javi Guerrera from Valencia. Manchester United are very close, according to Daniele Logo, Italian journalist. You can look at this so many different ways. And I'm going to give my opinion on this and what I think is actually happening here with Manchester United. And just for the actual sort of balance of things as well, look at both sides of what really is going on. Because we've also got an update from Fabrizio Romano to give you as well today on Bryan Mbeumo and where we're at with that. Are United able to afford to buy a midfielder while we're pursuing Bryan Mbeumo? The answer to that question is no, and we all know it's no, because United have still not got Mbeumo done and are arguing over 1 to 2 million. So how do Manchester United all of a sudden, according to these Italian reports and some Spanish reports, actually saying that Manchester United are close to signing Javi Guerrera? I mean, good player, very good player at Valencia, and United have been linked with him before, so there is legs to this deal. I mean, even I did a video on it. If you can remember back in March, this video that I did, where Manchester United are working behind the scenes on a potential deal. I did this video on the 17th of March on my channel. Go check it out for all the information where United's interest in Guerrera actually is. A state of affairs today, though, when we're looking at Manchester United now, is that I don't really think that this is top of the agenda. I don't think it's the main priority for Manchester United right now. And you'd have all seen Fabrizio Romano's update earlier on, which said that Manchester United are 100% prioritising Bryan Mbeumo, the player. He's giving his preference to Manchester United. In Romano's words, deal on. Still talking this week, and we have to try and make a deal with Brentford. So, deal is not off with Mbeumo. So, this isn't, as in Javi Guerrera, going to be a make weight. Are United thinking about spending money because they're not going to go for Bryan Mbeumo? No, is the answer to that straight out from Fabrizio Romano. That's not happening. Could Manchester United just be being used again because of a previous link? Like I discussed there, as we do, we talk about any potential link here on Forever United TV, and we did this back in March. Now, if you go through the history books and you, for instance, see a player that Manchester United are linked with, or we've been talking about at any point in the year, and you're a club that have got that player, and you want something to happen, or if you're a journalist who's looking to drum up some interest in a certain incident right now. Now, we know that Valencia are looking to extend Javi Guerrera's contract to, he's got 2 years left on his current one, and they know that he's on the cusp of potentially breaking into the Spanish first team. He's getting close to, obviously, that renewal date, and bigger clubs are coming in for him. They want him on a new contract, so they probably will make money off him later down the line. He's only 26 million at the moment, which is why United are being linked with him. Everybody knows that United need a midfielder. Everybody knows United ain't got a lot of money. Most journalists know that Manchester United have been linked to Guerrera before, and that they have got an interest in him. And United do have an interest in Guerrera, but at the moment, it's nowhere near the top of Manchester United's priority list. So they're the facts, and that's what's in play here. What I was trying to get at then is that this could just be used to try and get a better deal by the agents of Guerrera from Valencia, that Manchester United have let it be known that they're interested in Guerrera. We already know that. I've covered it. I've talked about it. And where I would like a player like Guerrera, I think he's a good player. Do I think there's better out there right now than him? I do. I actually do think. And this is why I don't think Manchester United will get him. Look, I'm not saying that we're not going to. I'm not saying this is a deal that United can't get done. Proof is there that United have actually contacted his representatives. I think it's a case of he wants to see, and this is factual here, he wants to see what Valencia have got to offer, and then he'll make a decision on his future. Valencia are smart in doing this with just less than 2 years left on his current deal and what he's got now. And so they want to secure his future or secure finance if somebody else comes in for Guerrera. The kid is a very, very good midfielder, and he probably is better than what we've got in our team at the moment. And I would like him in our team. But you're looking at the likes of Richard Rios, you're looking at Douglas Luiz, you're looking at Palhinha, you're looking at all sorts of midfielders that Manchester United are looking at. Are we going to take a risk on a young 22-year-old Spanish under-21 international that hasn't really featured on the international stage and has just played at Valencia all his career to come in and change Manchester United's whole midfield? What I'm saying here is, and people could also say that this is Manchester United spinning the whole cover-up to what's happening and United not getting any transfers done. You will have people trying to push that agenda on social media, on certain videos. There'll be plenty of people saying that this is just Manchester United spinning things again and trying to cover up the fact that we haven't signed Bryan Mbeumo yet. Fair point. Could be the case and could be a deflection tactic in everything that's going on right now. Well, the big thing that we take out of today is, and you look at the big names and the big journalists who are reporting. Now, I'm not saying the ones who are talking about Javi Guerrera being close to moving to Manchester United haven't got any contacts at all. I mean, obviously, Daniele Longo is an Italian journalist, and the Italian reports are reporting this at the moment because they feel like I think they feel like they've lost out, and it's AC Milan that are looking at Guerrera. I think they've been turned down, and they've made up the story probably to gain a bit of traction in bringing Man United into it, in saying that they actually, at Manchester United that is, are very close to signing Guerrera. All of a sudden, bang, it hits the headlines. They get a bit more for their story. And the reality is, Manchester United have got an interest, but it's nowhere near coming close to this deal being done. United are being used left, right and centre. And this drops down into what we've spoken about on a few live shows recently as well, where Manchester United are now the whipping boys for any sort of content because of the circus that is United right now and everything that's going on at the club. Again, a story being made up because there has been previous interest and United are desperate. That's what that is. The bigger and significant story in all of this is Manchester United's approach to Bryan Mbeumo. Now, obviously, the start of the week, Manchester United probably, and Fabrizio Romano in particular, would have dug into any sort of news that is going on. And him coming out and saying what he has. In fact, I'll just read out the Fabrizio Romano's tweet right now from today, in the last hour, in fact. Manchester United's absolute focus remains on Bryan Mbeumo, on the Bryan Mbeumo deal, with talks set to continue this week. No agreement with Brentford last week, but Manchester United keep working on it, and Bryan also keeps giving his priority to the Manchester United move. Deal on. They're Romano's words right now. That is United's sole focus, and moving players out. As we've spoken about before with Jadon Sancho, that's all we're going to get this week. And I love the fact that Manchester United could be doing some business behind the scenes, and this maybe is a good sign for Manchester United going forward, that we can potentially negotiate a deal and it all of a sudden be sprung on us. I would love this to be the case right now with, for instance, Javi Guerra from Valencia. But I just know that where we're at, we're not at that stage yet, and we're not comfortable enough yet with the way the club is being run and what football's being played on the pitch and how we're performing. This is something that we would hopefully like to see in the future. This has just been thrown out there for me on this one. And don't get me wrong, you can say and you can look at it in two different ways. You can say, look, Adam, you were covering this in March and there is a real interest in Javi Guerra. I think there is. There realistically is an interest in Guerrera. And I'm not saying that the deal won't happen. I'm just saying look at the facts, look at the reality of the situation right now, which is Romano said we're on Bryan Mbeumo. That's all we're talking about in terms of incomings. I believe that. I believe that there is a link to Guerrera, but it's not there yet for Manchester United. Valencia are ready to offer him a new contract, and he's going to make a decision after that. And some journalists have made a bigger deal out of the story. And obviously Manchester United will still need to sell before we can buy anybody. And we're nowhere near selling anyone apart from maybe Jadon Sancho. But overall, could this mean that there is stuff going on behind the scenes and United are working? Yes, it's not got anything concrete in it. There's nothing finalised or deal close or anything like that. But it is still, again, Manchester United doing the groundwork for the future of the football club. Sounds like I'm really spinning a big positive there when there's no need to and the story is nothing. But look, I do believe that United would have interest in players like this. I just think they're for further down the line. I don't think we're there yet. I don't think we're anywhere near there yet. But get your thoughts in on this one. But maybe the bigger news is that Manchester United, like Romano said, deal on with Bryan Mbeumo. Take them words as something from Fabrizio. Maybe there's something to come today. We're waiting to see what's happening. We're waiting to see what players turn up for pre-season. Obviously, we've not seen too much yet. Maybe the day will bring us a little bit more. But that's your midday update on everything that is going on. Look into the facts, look into what's been said, look at what's happening with Guerrera. You could say that he could potentially be a United player. But is it real right now? That's the question. Give this video a like if you're loving your constant updates here on Forever United TV. I'm Adam. Make sure you hit that subscribe button up on your screen right now and check out this morning's content that's also there, where we're talking about how close Jadon Sancho actually is to leaving Manchester United. That's the most significant one right now. And Brian and Bumo, come on, mate. Make it happen. United, pull your finger out.